Hello everyone and welcome to this new tutorial on my channel in which I will be showing you how to make this cute little amigurumi star. And this is a pattern by mohumohu, and they've given me permission to make a video tutorial about this pattern, which I'm really thankful for. And I will also put a link down below in the description to the website so that you can check out their other patterns as well. If you like this video, don't forget to give the thumbs up. This would help me a lot, and let's get started. You will need one color of yarn for the little star. I'm going to make it in blue because I feel like that's best visible on camera. And you will also need a bit of pink for the little cheeks. You'll need a crochet hook. I'm using a 3mm hook, scissors, a darning needle, some safety eyes, these are 5mm, a stitch marker and some stuffing. Alright, so we're going to start off by making a magic circle. If you're not entirely sure how to do this, I've got a separate video on my channel explaining how I'm always doing it, and I will link that down below in the description. Alright, so into the magic circle, we're going to do 5 single crochet. So go into the magic circle, grab the yarn. Now you got 2 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn once again and pull through the 2 loops. That's your first single crochet. We're going to do that 4 more times. Alright, so once you got 5 single crochet, we can close the magic circle. And that was it for the first round. Now for the second round, we're going to do 5 increases. So because of that, we're going up from a stitch count of 5 till stitch count of 10. So let's do that. Find your first single crochet and do 1 single crochet in there. Alright, that's 1 single crochet. Now because we're going to do an increase, go back into the same space and do another single crochet in there. Okay, so that's your first increase. Now do that 4 more times till you have a stitch count of 10. Alright, so once you got a stitch count of 10, we are done with round 2, and now I'm going to insert my stitch marker in the last stitch that we did, right here. Alright, so now we're ready for the third round, and for this round we're going to do 3 single crochet into the first stitch and do a slip stitch into the second. And we're going to do that 5 times. So let's do the first ones together. Do 3 single crochet into the first stitch and 3 like this, and do a slip stitch into the second stitch like this. All right, let's do that one more time. So 3 single crochet into the first like this, and do a slip stitch into the second. Now you should do this a total of 3 more times, and when you land on the stitch marker you should be putting in a slip stitch. So I will meet you once we land on the stitch marker. Alright, so I've just done the last slip stitch. Let me put the stitch marker back in here. And that was it for the third round. Now for round 4, we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch. We're going to do 3 single crochet into the second, 1 into the third, and do a slip stitch into the fourth. And once again, we're going to do this 5 times. So let's do the first ones together. Do a slip stitch, a single crochet into the first stitch. Do 3 single crochet into the second, do 1 single crochet into the 3rd and do a slip stitch into the 4th, like this. Now let's do this once more. So do a single crochet into the 1st, do 3 single crochet into the 2nd, do 1 single crochet into the 3rd and do a slip stitch into the 4th. Okay, we're going to do this 3 more times, and once you land on the stitch marker you should be putting in a slip stitch once again. So I will meet you when we land on the stitch marker. Alright, so that was it for round 4. Now for round 5, what we're going to do is we're going to skip the 1st stitch, do a single crochet into the 2nd, do 5 single crochet into the 3rd, do 1 single crochet into the 4th, skip the 5th stitch and do a slip stitch into the 6th stitch. Again, you're going to do this 5 times, and let's do it together first because I can understand that it's quite a lot. So skip the 1st one, do a single crochet into the 2nd, do 5 single crochet into the next one, 2, 3, 4 and 5, do a single crochet to the next one. Okay, skip the next one and do a slip stitch right here, like this. All right, let's do this once more. So skip the next stitch, do a single crochet to the one after that, do 5 single crochet into the next one, do 1 single crochet to the one after that, skip this one and do a slip stitch right here. Okay, do this 3 more times, and once again, once you land on the stitch marker, you should be putting in a slip stitch. So I will see you once we land on the stitch marker. All right. That was it for this round, and by that 1/2 of the star is finished as well. Let's cut off the yarn. We should make this yarn end quite long because we're gonna have to use it for sewing pieces together. So just make sure you got quite some yarn still attached, preferably a bit too long than a bit too short, like this. And now we're going to do the same pattern once more. However, for that one, we don't need to have such a long yarn end at the end. You can just make it as long as this one, for example. So I will see you once we got 2 of these. All right, so I finished a second one of these, and let's assume that the one with the short yarn ends is the back of our little star and that the one with the long yarn end is the front of our star. And before we're going to make the face on here, let's make sure that the back is totally finished. So here we got our short yarn end coming out. Let's find the next stitch. So that's the one right here. With our crochet hook, we're going to go in from the back of our work to the front. So the back is where this yarn end is coming out. And go into that stitch from back to front, like this. Now pull through this yarn end so that it's also on the back of our work. Now to make sure that these yarn ends are not going to be in the way anymore, let's tie them together. Just make a double knot into them. So that's 1 and 2. Make sure it's tight, and let's cut them short. Like this. By that our back is finished. All right, so now let's add the face on the front of our star. And for that, grab your safety eyes. And also let's already prepare the strings that we're going to use for the cheeks. So grab your pink yarn and just cut off a short end. Like, it doesn't have to be too long, just so that you can like double knot it to your work. So something like this. And a second one. And let's first insert the eyes. So we're going to put the eyes in between round 3 and 4. So when you count from the middle, this is the first round, this is the second round, and this is the third round, and this is the fourth round. So we're going to put it in between round 3 and round 4 on both sides, like this. So let's look for that on our work. So this is the first round, this is the second round, and this is the third round. And let's just put one eye on the left side of that. So for example, right here. All right, now let's get the other eye. This is the first round, this is the second round, and this is the third round. And let's just put it somewhere on the right side. For example, right here. Like this. Now we're going to add the cheeks right before we're going to add the back of the eyes, because otherwise it's going to be more difficult to add the cheeks. So for that, we're going to place the cheeks right a bit to the side, a bit underneath the eyes, like I did right here. So let's look for that on our work. For example, we can put a cheek going from this stitch to that stitch right here. So insert your crochet hook going from back to front into one of these stitches. Okay. Grab one yarn end and pull it through like this. Now go into the other stitch where we want to insert the cheek right here, and grab the other yarn end and bring that one to the back as well, like so. That's the first little cheek. Now let's go to the other side. For example, we can put it right there. So let's go to the back of our work, pull through one end. All right, move to the other stitch and pull through the other yarn end right here. All right, so if you like the placement, we can go to the back of our work, and now let's tie these yarn ends together. Don't make it too tight. Just pull it softly like this and pull and make another knot in there so that we got double knots. Like this. Now let's go to the other side. Do the same thing. Like that. Now we can attach the back of the eyes. So let's grab one of those and let's just attach it to the eye like that, and do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now to make the sewing part easier, what I like to do is to cut off all of these yarn ends except for the long one, which we're going to use for the sewing. So just grab your scissors and cut off all of these short yarn ends. Like that. And now the face is finished. All right, so now let's sew these two parts together. So first, grab your darning needle and attach it to this long yarn end. All right. On this front part of a little star, we're first going to move this long yarn end to the next stitch. So let's see, we did the slip stitch right in there. So we're going to move to this stitch and just move from front to back like this. All right, so now we're going to grab both of our works and we're going to make the backs of our work face each other. So we're going to put these together like this. All right, now make sure that they're lining up, and right here we're going to look for the stitch that is lining up with this stitch right here. So that's going to be this stitch. So move from here to here. And now we've done the first one already. Now we're going to move to the second stitch. So just go underneath both V's. All right, look for the stitch that is lining up on the other side. So that's going to be this one here. And just go through the entire V's like this. So you will have 4 strings on your darning needle. And go from one side to the other side. Like that. Okay, move to the next stitch. We're just going to weave them together basically. So go underneath the next stitch. Look for the stitch which is lining up with that one. That's this one. And just go through there. All right. Go to the next stitch. That's this one. The next stitch on our other work is this one right here. Just go through there. Okay, we're going to do this all the way around, and maybe you will find out that your pieces are not lining up precisely once you get further. If you notice that, you can still undo your work. So pull the string out of here and do it again to make sure that they're lining up. So go to the next stitch and find the stitch that's lining up on the other side. All right, so I've done one small part now. We're going to do this all the way around, and right before this part here, I will meet you back here so that we can do the stuffing. All right, so as you can see, I've only got this small part left right now, and let's add some stuffing to it. So first, what I like to do is to use these short yarn ends, which we cut off, and put that into our work like this. Okay, now grab some other stuffing and just push that into your work with scissors, for example, or with your crochet hook, whatever you prefer, and push it in there. Right. Would like a little bit more, but make sure that you don't use too much stuffing, because it's a pretty flat work like this, and if it's going to be really big, it doesn't fit the pattern exactly if you're going to use a lot of stuffing. All right, I already feel like this is good enough. So I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm going to sew the last part together. Alright, to really make sure that you like the way it's stuffed, because you can still do a little bit. Yeah. Alright. So I'm done sewing for now. Now to finish off our work, what I like to do is to find like a small string close to our yarn end. For example, right here. Alright, now make a loop like this. With your darning needle, go into the loop, and by that you're making a knot like this. Okay, pull that tightly. Now go into your work close to the yarn end, so for example right there. Okay, move to the other side of our work, come out of there. And cut off the yarn end. Alright, so now the little star is finished and you can just make as many of them as you would like. I hope you like the way it turned out for you, and let me know if you still got any questions and I will gladly help you out. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to give the thumbs up. This would really help me a lot, and I hope I will see you in another video. So thank you for watching and see you!